Welcome everyone, Farmer Cop here. Today we're going to take a look at the Tobii Eye Tracker 5. Tobii is celebrating their 22-year anniversary, which is super cool. And as part of that celebration, they sent me a Tobii Eye Tracker 5, so I can go ahead and take a look at it with you guys. This video is sponsored by Tobii, so I want to say a big thank you to them for sending this over to me and giving me this opportunity to take a look at it with you guys. Currently, if you guys are looking to get a Tobii Eye Tracker 5, using the link down below in the description, you'll be able to get 20% off until September 8th, which is a pretty big deal for it. So it is a fairly expensive piece of equipment, but for what you get out of it and the experience it adds to kind of the realism and what you're doing in your gameplay, outside of just Farming Simulator 22, which is what we're going to look at today, I think is really worth it for that price. You can use it literally in any game, and it works really well for that. So I think you guys will like it. In addition, if you want to try to win a Tobii Eye Tracker, you guys are, and other prizes, I guess I should say as well, they're having their anniversary celebration. There's a link down below in the description to that as well, where you can join to go ahead and try to win some prizes. But without further ado, we're going to jump into the Tobii Eye Tracker 5. We're going to go ahead and do an unboxing. I'm going to show you guys how to set it up. Honestly, it's really easy to set up. I'm not good with technology, and I set it up really easily. So I think you guys will have no issues getting it all set up. And then we're going to show it off in Farming Simulator 22, show off how it works, show off how to get it set up in there, and how to kind of get you guys started with it and kind of some of its cool features. We're going to talk about some different questions you guys may have, whether, well, will the eye tracker work with glasses, for example, or will it work in low light or situations like that. So we're going to go ahead and talk about all that. So let's go ahead and jump into it.
All right, let's go ahead and get this thing unboxed. So as you can see here, box is pretty straightforward. Tobii Eye Tracker 5, engineered for gaming. It's got the 5 there, and it's got a picture of the product that's going to be inside. Easy peasy. You may have these little guys on the side. You just need to cut to open it up. I did that just beforehand to make sure she's all good to go. So let's open her up in here. What do we got going on here? Well, we have the Tobii Eye Tracker right here. Very easy to get out. You can see the cord is connected here, so be careful with that. We're going to lift that whole thing out here. Let's go to the cord's in this box here. So let's go ahead and open this guy up here as best and gently as possible. You can see the cord's all through back there, and we're just going to gently pull it out of here. Just open it up there, easy peasy. Get that out on the table, and we'll pull the rest of the cord out of here. And then what I'm going to do is just run it through this box the rest of the way, just to get it all the way undone for us here, just like that. And very simple. It's a USB hookup. I'm going to move this box out of our way since we don't need that one anymore. If we continue to look in here a little bit further, we can go ahead and get this guy out of here a little bit more. There we go. So second part of the box, we have a little bit of paperwork there. If we open this up, maybe if I can do it, there we go. Just like such, we have the rest of our equipment that we're going to need in here, and I can get that undone right there. So this is everything. I'm going to move that other box out of the way. Everything we're going to need to get started is right in here. So you can see we have the mount here. We have another cable here for us to use, and then we obviously have the main Tobii Eye Tracker right here. So very straightforward, and we have the bonding material that we need as needed. But yeah, very straightforward to hook up. I'll show you guys my setup once we get it hooked up, but this is everything you guys should have in the box once you guys get it. So very straightforward. There you guys go. All right, so in terms of installation, I wanted to show you guys this real quick. So you'll have two of these guys. They're just a little mounting bracket in your box. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna peel off this, which has already kind of started to come off from the back of here. And then what we're gonna do from there is there's no way it has to go on here, but you're gonna wanna try to center it right about there. Just center it on your monitor on the bottom, just like that. And I'm going to just press that in right there, make sure it's nice and solid on there. And again, it's not hard to install. This is very easy to install. Then if I grab my Tobii Eye Tracker right here, this guy, making sure it is right side up, you'll go ahead and pop it in there, but there we go. So you just want the Tobii up like that, so make sure it's on the right side up there. And this little portion on the back will just pop right into that bracket there, just like that. There we go. And it just sits on there and does what it needs to do. And that's where it's going to pick everything up. And all you have to do from there is simply plug it in. So really straightforward. Anyone can really do it. Not too hard to install at all.
All right, so before we hop into Farming Simulator 22 and take a look at the Tobii Eye Tracker in action, I wanted to show you guys a couple of the websites that we have available here for you. So the first one we're taking a look at, this is their anniversary website. This is kind of what's set up for their anniversary. This is linked down below in the description. All you have to do is you can click down here to celebrate, and then it'll take you down below where you can start participating in some of the different tasks. There's still 15 days left, and there's a lot of prizes. So look at the prizes. There is a lot. 10 Farming Simulator 22 game keys was one of the first ones they did here. Again, we are a little bit into it. We have 15 days left, so, well, gosh, 22 minus 15, whatever that is. So we're down here probably in day like 7-ish in here. So there's a lot of different stuff that you could still win if you guys do it. There's just different tasks they have you do to enter, so shouldn't be too hard to enter. And if you wanted to buy the Tobii Eye Tracker, again, you can hit that down below in the description. It's currently on sale. It's normally $279. Currently on sale for you guys. Special offer courtesy of Tobii Eye Tracker, or of Tobii, I should say. It is $223 for you guys. And again, just as you just saw, very easy to set up, very straightforward. Make sure you guys, if you guys are going to buy it, make sure you use that link down below in the description so Tobii knows that I sent you guys over there. I don't get any special cut of it or anything like that. I don't get any money from you using my link or anything like that. It just shows Tobii that, hey, you saw my video, checked it out, and you went over and you wanted to take a look at their product. So make sure you guys use that link down below. But let's go and take a look at this Tobii Eye Tracker and see why it's so magical in Farming Simulator 22. All right, so we've loaded up into Farming Simulator 22. So to get Tobii Eye Tracker set up all in your game here, very straightforward. All we have to do is we have to go down here to Options, and then go to Head and Eye Tracking, turn that to On, and then hit Apply down below at the bottom. It's going to reload the game just like that, and now you're going to see it's on, and we can get out of that menu, and we are good to go. The only other thing that I did not mention earlier that you're going to have to do to get this all set up, and this is not really that big of an additional step. After you get Tobii Eye Tracker all plugged into your computer, you have to install the software from Tobii Eye Tracker's website. Obviously, it's free to download. It's a quick download to get it all downloaded. Open it up. It'll open up the Tobii Eye Tracker software, and then it'll walk you through the setup process on your specific screen. It's very straightforward and very quick. I probably took, from me trying to look up the website to getting it downloaded and all set up, it was easily less than 5 minutes, maybe 3 minutes. So very quick, very straightforward, easy to use. And the other thing that I kind of want to mention as well, especially for those of you like me that might be streamers or record YouTube videos or do streaming on Twitch or whatever the case may be, there's this really cool feature on the Tobii Eye Tracker that's called Ghost. So what this does is it puts a little kind of bubble overlay. It's the Ghost bubble. It puts an overlay on your screen. And it's not too hard to set up. I'm not going to go into that because I don't think this is going to be necessarily for everyone that's going to want to set this up, but I just wanted to show the feature off that's available to you. So if you're a streamer or anything like that and you wanted to show your audience where you're looking, it won't show up on your screen, but it'll show up on OBS or whatever you're using to stream on. If you wanted to show them where you're looking, you can turn it on. And you also can have, like, there's a plugin. You can either have it set up to like a hotkey on your computer or on your keyboard to turn it on or off, or you can have it set up like I do. There's a plugin for Stream Deck. So I use Stream Deck. I have a plugin for that for it right there, so I can just turn it on and off. So right now it's off, and what it does is it just shows people where I'm looking. So right now it's off. You're not going to see anything where I'm looking on my screen, but if I just go ahead and turn my overlay on, you're going to see a bubble show up, and it's going to follow where I'm looking on my screen. So if I look down, up, sideways, I'm trying not to look away from my screen just to show it off, but obviously you can see it's a bubble that shows you everything of where I'm looking there. And I look down to the, you can see even when my eyes shoot down to the corner to look out at my Stream Deck, so I know where the button's at to turn it off like I just did. It even does that as well. But yeah, so really cool. Let's go ahead and load into Farming Simulator and see finally what you guys have been waiting for. Let's show off how this thing works actually in action in-game. All right, so here we are. We are loaded into Farming Simulator 22. We're going to go ahead and check this out. So if I just walk up, we're going to go ahead and get into this tractor over here. And then you can see it's going to automatically put you into in-cab mode when you load in. It does take a little bit of getting used to, and part of the reason it's shooting around so much is because my eyes are trying to look everywhere out off the screen as well. But when I'm actually just looking at the game, if I look down at my controls, look up, look over to the side, it tracks really well, and it doesn't feel like I have to look off the screen to see outside the tractor. This kind of looks natural. If I want to look all the way back, I can look all the way back there, and I can still see everything I've got going on. Okay, look up to the front. Okay, so yeah. Let's go ahead and pull forward. And if I try to use my mouse isn't doing anything because I'm so used to using that to look around. So, this is my first time ever. Oh, I can't, of course. The season settings are getting me. You can see I'm still moving around in the background there. Let's turn seasons off real quick just to, actually, it's going to be in here, isn't it? Season growth off. There we go. Now we can plant this one. Oh, I didn't buy the land. We got all sorts of issues. It's almost like I forgot how to play the game. There we go. Buy that right there for us. Okay, now that we've addressed those issues, we should be able to plant no problem. And if I look back behind us, nice and slow. And it does take a little bit of you working with the machine to get used to it. You can see I'm looking behind us to see what we got going on. All right, back to the front. I'm going to keep working, doing my thing. I can look over my mirrors. How are we doing over there in the mirrors? Okay, perfect. If you guys wanted to see where I was looking, I can turn the overlay on so you guys can see where it's tracking me. There we go. We are just driving. I look over the mirrors. Down there. I look, and that's me glancing up. It is extremely, so yes, I know it's a little bouncy and it seems like that, but that's definitely my fault. It is tracking me so well because I keep looking off the screen and my eyes keep looking around because I have so many things in my office to distract me that is my main issue right there. But as you can see, now also I will say this, if I decided to, I look down at my C key, you can see it's me looking down at my C key. If I decide to hop out of the cab, it goes away. It'll still show you where I'm looking on the overlay, but it's not moving as I look around or anything like that, so I'll turn the overlay back off for us. But yeah, so it's pretty cool, and then I can move around with the mouse like I normally would. But yeah, very straightforward in terms of that. Let's try a harvester now. That's another thing you guys would want to drive here in the game, obviously. So if we hop in a harvester, again, it's going to put us right back in the cab. Lower this down. Oh, I got to unfold my tool, of course. Still unfolding. There we go. Okay. So if we wanted to harvest, no big deal. I'm looking down at my grain crop, and it might actually be easier if I take my hat off. I might be able to track me a little bit easier too. But it still was doing, honestly, really good with my hat on. So, yeah, I don't think that was the issue. I don't think there was any issues with that at all or anything like that. But this is great. Look over my mirrors. How are we doing over there? Look around to the back of the harvester. I can look into the grain bin to see all the grain coming in. Look back to the front. This is great. It feels like I feel like it would be obviously even better if you had like a huge screen setup where you're surrounded by screens. But even with just this, I mean, you feel like you are much more in the game because if I look over there, if I look over there to see something, oh, cool, I can see that. Or if I want to look over that way, the only thing that I think is difficult about it is breaking habits that you have where you're so used to grabbing your mouse and using your mouse to look around. I think that's the only thing that's really going to be difficult, honestly. And then as I'm turning, I'm still looking over that way, so like you can see how I'm able to do that with my eyes, which is pretty nifty. It's really cool. This is really cool technology that I've never really played with. I think it's fantastic, and I think a lot of you guys, especially in my community that play on PC that can use this, will really enjoy this because this is pretty cool. So for the amount of experience you get, the $200 is definitely worth it. And again, down below in the description, you can get a good discount if you use that link that I put down there for you guys until September 8th at least. So make sure you guys are doing that. But yeah, let me know down in the comments too. Are you guys going to go ahead and try this out? Are you going to get one of these things? Again, I would definitely recommend it. I think that this is pretty cool of just kind of a system. I can look around while I'm turning. Beautiful. Loop back around. Harvest in this field, no big deal. Especially for you guys that like to be in cab or like to be more or have more realism going on, this is definitely a really cool way to go about it. So there's that. But yeah, so the last thing that I wanted to kind of talk about, last vehicle I want to talk about, I should say, is a truck. How would this work in a truck? Because I know we are in Farming Simulator here, but a lot of you guys also play like American Truck Simulator or Euro Truck Simulator, and this would be another great example of a game that this would work well with. So if we hop over here into a truck, oop, I popped out of the truck. Let's stay in the truck. There we go. And let's say I want to do back up to this trailer here that I have next to us, intentionally not hooked up. See how this is going to go. This actually might go really poorly. See if I can find the trailer. There's the trailer. Okay. Can I look behind myself to see it? I can. Look at that. Oh, gosh. There we go. All right. Catch that. Right out this way. And again, obviously, American Truck Simulator is even a better example of how to use this properly because our mirrors will be better on American Truck Simulator, everything like that. We can still make sure we're looking both ways, driving on the roadway here. So yes, not the same trucking experience you'd have on those other games, but it's a really good example of that. It will work really well for that. And obviously, while you're playing Farming Simulator, it works perfectly for that. So, yep, here we go. Just driving along. And I can lean back and look down and still be chilling. It'll still track where I'm looking. Or if I get really close to my screen, it'll still track me. I have a lot of freedom of what I can do, move around and stuff like that. So, obviously, it might take a second just to kind of readjust and repick you up. Wherever you're at, and my eyes are just moving 100 miles a minute. So I hopped out of my truck. Go figure. So that's one of the problems with me. Now, the last question I want to answer. Obviously, this is working fine with my glasses. Without glasses, it's still tracking me just fine, so no big deal. I obviously play with glasses, so I can actually see what I'm doing. So if you're playing with glasses or contacts, it's not going to have any issues tracking you. Now, what if you like to play in a more low-light scenario? Because obviously I am in a office that is very well lit. So let's go ahead and shut these lights off. And sorry, I'm looking up over at my camera. So I'm going to go ahead and shut all these lights off, and we'll take a look at how it works from there. All right, so as you can see, I'm going to look around a little bit. So here, let me get out of there for a second. So as you can see, my office is completely dark. My camera's actually very misleading. My camera's doing a very good job at taking all the light it can pick up and picking it up. But the only thing that has light is actually my my screen. And let me reduce one of these here. That might make it even darker. I could probably even turn that screen off. But yeah, so I'm only getting light from the 2 screens in my office. All of my other lights, my studio lighting's off. It is daytime out, but my blinds are keeping all the light out. There's no light in here other than what is coming from. Oh, I guess my desk lamp here is on. There we go. We'll turn that off. Even less light. There we go. The only light that is coming in my office is from my computer screen. So that's the only thing that's actually getting any light, that's it. So in terms of how this is going to work with that, let's get in here and let's try to drive around. So we're driving. No big deal. All of the movements you've seen so far are me looking around. I need to look over there to see how the trailer's coming around that corner. I can do that. And if I glance back over real quick, it picks you up really quick. So if okay, checking it. Okay, go forward. How's the freeway looking over there in this mirror? Good. Okay, let's go forward here. Merging down to 1 lane. It still has no issues picking me up even in low light situation. So that is really cool. Very, 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 very cool. But yeah, that's how it works in game. It works really good, honestly. If I didn't have my eyes, if my eyes didn't jump around so much, that'd be a little bit better. But that's mostly me just getting used to it and liking to look around while I'm streaming and doing things. It's because that's how I am. But yeah, this is great. This adds like a level of depth and immersion that I can't really fully describe, because I feel like I'm more in the game. Because if I look somewhere, I've never played a game where if I look somewhere, I could just, oh, I'm looking over that way now. I've never had something that actually tracked my eyes around what I was doing. Obviously, if I block my eyes, it's going to have some issues doing that because it can't see my eyes. So it's trying to find my eyes, but it can't see them. So that's the only time you're going to have issues, if you just flat out block your eyes, obviously, because it's designed to track your eyes. But yeah, looks really good in game. Works well in trucks, tractors, harvesters, basically anything you're going to run in the game, you're not going to have any issues using it with. So again, you can just, and again, I just me glancing around, taking a look at things. As I'm starting to get used to it, it works. I mean, it just is working even better and smoother as my eyes are getting used to it and not jumping around so much. But yeah, there's our farm over there. I can look over there, our harvester and stuff over there, chilling. But yeah, there you guys go. All right, guys. Well, thank you guys for watching. Thank you again. Big thank you to Toby for sending over the Eye Tracker 5 for me to take a look at. I really do hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you guys did, please drop a like down below. And make sure you guys go check out Toby. Again, link down below in the description for everything I've mentioned today. And again, this video was sponsored by Toby, so big thank you to them again for everything that they did. This thing works fantastic in Farming Simulator 22. And again, if you guys are playing any other simulator games or even just first-person shooter or anything like that, this is a really cool piece of software that I think you guys will really like. So let me know down below in the description if you guys are going to go check it out at least, or go buy it or take a look at it. Or if you already have it and you use it and you love it, or one of their other eye trackers or other products, let me know down in the description as well. But there you guys go. I will see you guys on the next video.